President Rodrigo Duterte warns local officials to follow all the national government's orders or risk administrative cases.
You should abide by the directives of the national government when it sets abide by the directives of the whole for the good of the country. But this is an emergency of national proportions, and therefore it is the national government that should call the shots. I am ordering all LGUs that are doing this to stand down and to abide by the directives of the IATF, the task force, not mine, but the task force, and those issued by the Office of the President.
Duterte's call follows the move of several executive officials to reject Pasig City Mayor Vico Soto's appeal to exempt tricycles from travel restriction placed on public utility vehicles. But Interior Secretary Eduardo Año and Cabinet Secretary Carlo Nograles say Duterte's message is not aimed at anyone in particular.
Everyone is reminded. We're not pinpointing an individual LGU or person. This is the guidance of the President intended for all LGUs.
Let's make this clear, ha. Let's not start this ball rolling of identifying LGUs. Alam ko where this is going. So hindi po ito, let's not fall into that. Okay? Tutulungan po tayo. Wala nang ganyanan na, di ba? Sinong LGU ganyan. Nagtuturuan na eh. Parang that's not healthy anymore. Yes. Please. Ano lang, this is a general directive of the President. And everybody just follows. So, wag na yung mag-intriga pa ng ganito, ganyan. Pare, COVID-19 ang kalaban natin dito. Hindi tayo magkaaway dito, ha?
Año also explains why the national government allowed the city of Manila's e-trike deployment while rejecting Soto's appeal.
So, hindi sila pumapasada. They are on dispatch system to pick up the health worker specific. Hindi yung pick up ka ng pasahero.
The number of coronavirus cases in the Philippines is now at 230, after the Department of Health reports an additional 13 cases as of 12 p.m. Friday, March 20. 18 people have so far died from the illness. Health Undersecretary Rosario Vergere says one more patient with COVID-19 died. He was patient 124, a 65-year-old Filipino male who traveled from Singapore. He died on Tuesday, March 17. No new recoveries are reported, with the number pegged at 8. Vergere also admits the Philippine healthcare system is challenged by the growing demand for test kits. Vergere also says there are now 5 subnational laboratories that can test COVID-19 samples. With the government's efforts to contain the growing number of cases, analysts predict Filipinos will need to stay at home beyond the end of the quarantine period in April. In his analysis piece, economist JC Punong Bayan says even if a community quarantine successfully suppresses the number of COVID-19 cases in Metro Manila until April 14, going back to our normal lifestyles might result in an explosion of cases, bringing us back to square one. The Philippine National Police refutes reports spreading on social media and messaging apps that people are already looting. Stories on alleged looting and the poor plotting to rob grocery stores have gone viral online. In a press briefing on Friday, March 20, PNP Chief Archie Gamboa says stories about the poor getting desperate and resorting to crime are fake news. Gamboa also warns the police have started tracking down those responsible for the misleading stories.
Hindi kayo nakakatulong, no? But the Philippine National Police will go after you. No? So, wag nyo kaming subukan at hahabulin namin kayo.
Italy overtakes China as the country with most reported deaths from the novel coronavirus sweeping the planet. Italy announced its 427 fatalities on Thursday, March 19, taking the country's death toll to 3,405. China, where the outbreak first emerged in December last year, has officially reported 3,245 deaths. But China inspires hope with 0 new domestic cases reported for the first time. Globally, the death toll from the virus has risen to over 9,000. International Olympic Committee President Thomas Bach says it would be premature to postpone the Tokyo Games, but admits the body is considering different scenarios as the coronavirus pandemic advances. Bach remains optimistic about holding the Tokyo Olympics on schedule from July 24 to August 9. Speculation has been growing over the Games after the COVID-19 outbreak closed sports competitions around the world and paralyzed many countries along with international travel. Olympic qualifiers tournaments were hard hit, with 43% of the 11,000 competitors will now be selected through modified qualifiers or previous performances based on ranking. The organizers face increased scrutiny over their unwillingness to either postpone or cancel. Athletes lashed out at the IOC's advice this week to continue training as best they can, with Olympic pole vault champion Caterina Stefanidi accusing the body of putting us in danger.